A dramatic political upset is unfolding in Los Angeles, where Indian-origin progressive politician Nithya Raman has surged into the mayoral runoff after trailing on election night, triggering outrage from President Donald Trump and his supporters. As late-counted mail ballots transformed the race, Trump accused California authorities of overseeing yet another rigged election, reigniting a familiar national battle over vote counting, election integrity, and the future political direction of America's second-largest city. What began as a seemingly straightforward election night result has evolved into one of the most politically charged contests in America. Los Angeles City Council member Nithya Raman has officially advanced to the November mayoral runoff, overtaking reality television personality Spencer Pratt after days of ballot counting and setting up a high-stakes showdown with incumbent Mayor Karen Bass. The result was not immediately clear on election night. Pratt initially held a comfortable lead in the race for the second runoff position and appeared well-positioned to challenge Bass in November. However, as additional mail-in ballots were processed and verified, the gap steadily narrowed before ultimately swinging in Raman's favor. With the latest vote tally, Raman secured 28.5% of the vote compared to Pratt's 25.8%, completing a remarkable turnaround that unfolded over several days. The delayed result reflected California's lengthy vote counting process, which often stretches for weeks due to the state's enormous electorate and heavy reliance on mail-in voting. Los Angeles and California election officials say the process is entirely routine. California automatically mails ballots to registered voters and accepts ballots postmarked by Election Day. Every ballot undergoes signature verification, and voters are given opportunities to correct clerical mistakes, creating a system designed to maximize participation and accuracy, even if it takes considerably longer than in many other jurisdictions. Yet the delayed outcome immediately sparked a political firestorm. President Donald Trump took to social media to denounce the result, claiming without evidence that Republican candidates were being cheated. Trump described the contest as a rigged election and alleged that Democratic officials were manipulating the process, despite election administrators insisting the outcome reflects standard counting procedures rather than any irregularities. The controversy highlights a phenomenon election analysts call the red mirage. Republican candidates often appear stronger on election night because in-person votes are counted first, while large numbers of Democratic-leaning mail ballots from urban areas are processed later. Election experts argue that the pattern seen in Los Angeles is consistent with previous California elections and does not indicate fraud. For Raman, the victory represents a potential historic breakthrough. If she defeats Mayor Karen Bass in November, she would become the first Indian-American mayor of Los Angeles, one of the most influential cities in the United States. The prospect comes amid a broader rise in Indian-origin political leaders across America, including recent victories by prominent South Asian politicians in major urban centers. Born into a Tamil family in Kerala, Raman spent part of her childhood in Louisiana before studying political theory at Harvard University and urban planning at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. She later returned to India, where she founded Transparent Chennai, an organization focused on urban governance and civic issues, before eventually returning to the United States. After becoming a naturalized American citizen at the age of 22, Raman settled in Los Angeles and gradually emerged as one of the city's most prominent progressive political voices. Her rise from civic activist to city council member and now mayoral contender has attracted national attention, particularly as debates over housing affordability, homelessness, and urban development dominate the city's political agenda. The stakes could hardly be higher. The winner of November's election will inherit responsibility for tackling Los Angeles's worsening housing crisis, growing homelessness challenges, and concerns about affordability in one of the most expensive metropolitan areas. What was once viewed as a local election has now become part of a much larger national political battle. For Trump and many of his supporters, Raman's late surge has become another symbol of what they describe as a flawed electoral system. For election officials, however, it is simply another example of California's methodical vote counting process playing out exactly as designed.
And when you look at an election, not even relatively a big election, for one state, for one city, for Los Angeles, they're nowhere close to counting the votes. But you look at what's happening, it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And the people that were supposed to win, bad things are happening. It's a crooked state.
As the campaign moves toward November, Nithya Raman's historic candidacy and Trump's explosive reaction are likely to keep Los Angeles at the center of America's political conversation.
News never stops. The world keeps turning, and every turn tells a story. Wars, elections, geopolitics, Davids versus Goliaths.
While everyone is celebrating the US-China trade thaw, Trump has been quietly doing something else across Asia.
These were once home to the ancient Silk Road connecting east and west.
But who's connecting the dots? Who's decoding the global storm? Welcome to Times of India videos. We decode the shifting grains of geopolitics to you. From Washington to Wuhan. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Just 2 years ago, Canada was one of the most popular countries for Indian students.
From Davos to Delhi, we track the decisions that move markets, shift policies, and shape the future. No jargon, no bias, just clear, credible, global journalism. Because understanding the world doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be smart. And that's what we do best. At Times of India videos, we don't just tell stories, we build perspective. We connect the dots between what's global and what's personal, what's happening out there, and what it means for you. It's fast. It's fearless. It's making sense of the changing world order. Times of India videos. Because your worldview is just a tap away.